Good afternoon. Welcome to a special primetime afternoon emergency Monday version of the Cohn Zone. That's Lowell Cohn. I'm Grant Cohn. We're father and son. We have decided to move our show from Tuesdays to Mondays because Ryan Hensley has unofficially retired to become a varsity basketball high school coach. Shout out to Ryan. Love you, man. And so I figured maybe move my dad to Mondays. So I flew back from East Rutherford, New Jersey, and we're going a little bit later than we normally would. But we're going to be a Monday show from now on. How do you feel about that, Dad?
Nervous. Ryan is great. I don't know if I can keep it up.
One of the reasons we're a little late today is because I have a new beard and I'm trying to make it look good. You know, I'm going to go with a new look. And so this week, today's sponsor is really helping me out with that. House of Atlas. I don't usually shave. I usually have a little thing but I'm going with a new look. And I wanted to have my neck really looking good. So I got this, they sent me this stuff and I used a razor for the first time in like 20 years. I don't like using it because I usually get like irritation. You know what I'm talking about? But with House of Atlas, there's no irritation. And my beard is feeling pretty good. So that's another reason why we're 10 minutes late, but I think it was worth it. And if you want to look as good as me with this beard, don't stress over last minute gifts or settle for shaving products that don't deliver. This holiday season, give yourself or someone on your list the upgrade they deserve with House of Atlas. Grab it at Target stores nationwide or online at target.com. Yeah, you could look just like me. All right, Dad. East Rutherford, New Jersey. I was there. You watched it. You've been there. The Giants were pretty bad, but the Niners, we're covering them. They won a game. They're 6-3. What do we actually learn about the Niners this weekend?
Okay. First of all, let's explain another reason we're a little late today. House of Atlas, I'm very intrigued, but Kyle Shanahan just had his phoner, his weekly Monday phoner. And
that's more important.
No. House of Atlas is important. They're giving you money and Kyle isn't. So, right. But Iggy obviously needed to listen, and there was a little bit about the quarterbacks, which isn't earth-shattering, and we'll get to as one of our topics in a bit. Okay, what do we learn from the game? I'm being serious now. They're 6-3. 6-3 is not only a good record, Iggy, it's a commendable record.
Yes.
It's among the better records in the league. So we learned they're a 6-3 team. We learned they could play an awful team and take care of business. That's all they showed. But usually I say a lot on this show, every game is a different universe, and we learn something in every game. Except I didn't learn a lot yesterday. I would even go a little further and say, after 9 games in a season, I generally have a pretty good feel for how good a team is. I'm a little vague about the Niners. Even after 9 games, they have a really good record. They've had some miserable losses. That one to Houston was terrible, and that was just 2 weeks ago. So I'm reluctant to say that they're an NFL powerhouse. On the other hand, they may be among the elite teams. I really don't know. And what I want to say is it troubles me. And I sound vague and skitsy because the Niners are. I may be as well in my private life, but the Niners are a little skitsy. When you think they're really good, they blow it. When you think they're going to blow it, they're really good. And it's very hard to reach opinions about a team like that.
Well, they're 6-3. That's a hell of a record. They won their first 3 games. Since then, they've lost a game, won a game, lost a game, won a game. So maybe that's why we feel a little skitsy. Every other week we have, oh my God, they can't do it. Or, oh my God, they're back. So they're a little skitsy. And I think what's interesting about the NFL this year is that there is no dominant team. There's not one team that seems to have it all together or is having good injury luck. Every single week you think that team might be the best team in the league. They lose. The Chiefs lost this weekend. The Lions lost this weekend. I mean, the Seahawks look really good, right? The Niners beat them. So even if the Niners aren't great or as good as they were 2 years ago or what we would think a Super Bowl champion looks like, your guess is as good as mine as to which team's going to actually win the Super Bowl this year. And I think that's so important for the Niners to realize a day before the trade deadline. This might not be the team you wanted to have, but look at your record. Look at the league. You might be the best team in the NFL, or you might not make the playoffs. You got to figure that out.
Absolutely. That's how the variance is that large. Yes. Uh, it's interesting when you say there's no dominant team. Iggy, correct me if I'm wrong, but Philadelphia lost to the Giants.
They lost to the Giants like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and the Giants are unspeakably bad. That coach is going to get fired either during the season or right after. He's dead right now. So even Philadelphia isn't a dominant team, nor is Tampa Bay, nor are the Rams. The Niners already beat the Rams. So, and I'll say this. I'm uncomfortable with not knowing. On the other hand, it's a lot of fun. It's
Absolutely.
a lot of fun because everything is up for grabs and the Niners are squarely in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the Packers might be the best team in the NFC. They were 5-1-1 entering yesterday with a game against the Panthers, and they promptly lost to Carolina.
Yeah.
So there's some really good teams in the AFC. The Niners haven't beaten an AFC team in about a year. But in the NFC, I feel like the Niners have already beaten the two best teams, and they could beat Philly and Green Bay as well. Sort of dependent on what they do tomorrow at the deadline. They keep losing. For every game they win, they seem to lose 2 or 3 players. They just lost their first round pick. They need to make a move, but they may not need to make like a lot of moves or a huge move, just one. And we'll talk about what that needs to be.